This is a short movie to explain one of the experiments we did on an Open University course called H818. So H818 is a course module for a postgraduate degree called the Networked Practitioner, and they agreed to participate in an experiment to put their portfolio items that they produced during the course onto a blockchain that we were running, so that we could experiment with encrypting items, how we'd manage student data, that sort of thing. So in the end, after we'd actually acquired all their data, we put it on the blockchain automatically for them, and we created a contract to represent the portfolio itself for each student, and we created a contract to represent each item in the portfolio. And this is the interface we gave them at the end to explore the data that we'd put onto the blockchain. Because it's a relatively simple interface and there wasn't a lot for them to do, we also made an extended version of the interface which gave a lot more detail about the data on the blockchain. So on this first simple interface, you just see that they have a user accounts, which we automatically generated for them, a data encryption key, which we again automatically generated for them, and then the items of their portfolio. Now this is my own test portfolio, of course, so this is not real data. Each student would log in with their OU login and they'd get an individual screen just for them. We also created a help movie for them so that they could understand what they were looking at and watch that before they did anything else. So on this simple screen, all they really have is a list of the items they uploaded and the ability to download them if they want to. So the more interesting screen is this, View Full Blockchain Data. This creates an expanded view of the data that's on the blockchain. So here in this first section, which is about the portfolio itself, you now get to see the portfolio contract address, the transaction that put the contract onto the blockchain, and the block it went into. And if you click these, here you can see all the details of the transaction. And that's the binary for the contract. And here you can see more details about the block that it went into. So in this way the students can explore and try and look at the different elements and understand a little bit more about how this blockchain is working. And so here you have the 4 portfolio items again, and now you have the addresses of the contracts for those items, and we can click and jump down the screen and see a bit more detail about those. So for each item you again have the contract address for the item, you have the transaction which put that item contract onto the blockchain, and you can explore it again like before. And you also have the block number it went into, and again you can look at those details with the pop-up. And we basically did the same for each of the items that went onto the blockchain for them, and all of those they can explore in more detail. And lastly, at the very top, we put a live blockchain monitor showing blocks as they're being created on that blockchain, and again they can explore those in more detail if they want to.